I'm Willow, and today we're exploring one of the regions of Georgia, the Southeastern Coastal Plain, which is this purple region located between the Piedmont region to the north, the Atlantic Ocean to the east, the state of Florida to the south, and the state of Alabama to the west. As the largest region in Georgia, there is a lot to explore, so chant along with me as we discover what is in the coastal plain. In the state of Georgia,
there
are many different regions.
There are many different regions.
Where are we now?
Where are we now?
In the coastal plain.
In the coastal plain.
Very flat land.
Very flat land.
Sandy soil too.
Sandy soil too.
Longleaf pines.
Longleaf pines.
Let's go explore.
Let's go explore.
As we said in our chant, the coastal plain has lots of sandy soil. That's because this entire region was once covered by the Atlantic Ocean millions of years ago. Another characteristic of the coastal plain is its very, very flat land, unlike some of the other regions of Georgia. Living on this very flat land are many different plants and animals, including the longleaf pines. Let's go look at a few. Come on. Here we are among the longleaf pines. Longleaf pines are fascinating trees and produce some of the largest pine cones, which can be 6 to 10 inches long. Their leaves, sometimes called pine needles, are also very long and can be 8 to 18 inches. These amazing trees have fire-resistant bark, can grow to be over 100 feet tall, and can live for 300 to 400 years. Isn't that unbelievable? Longleaf pines live in an ecosystem. An ecosystem is an area where living and non-living things interact with one another. The longleaf pine ecosystem used to be very, very big. It once covered 93 million acres. Unfortunately, now it only covers about 3 million. Let's do an activity together so I can tell you why. Squat down with me and let's be a baby longleaf pine tree. Longleaf pines take a long time to mature and can be in the baby stage anywhere from 5, 10, or even 20 years. Once their taproot or their main root stores enough food, the longleaf pines are ready to grow rapidly. That means very quickly. And they get taller, taller, and taller, sometimes growing up to 6 feet in one season. Not fully mature, these trees are kind of like teenagers. After many, many, many years, longleaf pines eventually will reach full maturity. These adult trees are useful for lots of different things. To better understand the longleaf pine ecosystem, let's all imagine that we are longleaf pine trees, interacting and facing obstacles in our environment. So, stand on up and let me see your best tree pose. As we said before, longleaf pine trees are useful in many different ways. One thing they're known for is their very strong wooden trunks. So let me see how strong you are. Look at these amazing trees. I wonder what's going to happen to them. Let's find out. If your name begins with an A, B, C, D, or E, I want you to sit down and become a stump. You're going to represent all of the trees that were cut down for their strong timber to build houses and other structures. Longleaf pine trees are also used for resin, which is a sticky substance found inside the trunks. If your name begins with an F, G, H, I, or J, I want you to sit down and become a stump. You're going to represent all of the longleaf pine trees that were tapped or cut into to remove the resin that's stored inside, for making glue, turpentine, and many other products. You may think that fire would be really dangerous for an ecosystem, but longleaf pine ecosystems actually thrive in fire. If your name begins with a K, L, M, N, or O, I want you to sit down and become a tree stump. You're going to represent all of the trees in our ecosystem that struggled to survive because of a lack of fire. Too little fire is known as fire suppression, And it's actually harmful for our ecosystem because these trees thrive on having fire that drives out competition by burning it away and by putting nutrients back into the soil. These fires are crucial to the health of our ecosystem, and without it, not all of us are going to make it. Hopefully, some of our longleaf pine trees are still standing, as this is very important to the stability of our ecosystem. Many different plants and animals call the longleaf pine ecosystem home. In fact, it has over 900 different plant species and over 300 different animal species. One of these animals is the gopher tortoise, which is the keystone species of the longleaf pine ecosystem. A keystone species is crucial to the balance of the ecosystem, as without it, the entire ecosystem would collapse. Gopher tortoises are helpful because they dig through the sandy soil, creating burrows that will one day become homes for many other animals. One animal that uses these gopher tortoise burrows as a home is the eastern indigo snake, like this one. Another well-known animal in this ecosystem is the red cockaded woodpecker, seen here. It is very important that we maintain the longleaf pine ecosystem, not just because of all of the wonderful things it does for us, but because of all of the things it does for the plants and animals that call it home. Now that we learned a little bit about the longleaf pine ecosystem, I want you to do your part in keeping them healthy. You can start by planting a longleaf pine tree or by sharing what you learned today with others you know. I hope that you get the chance to explore a longleaf pine ecosystem in the Southeastern Coastal Plain.